So I think about a time especially my childhood life, when all my grandparents were still alive, all the aunts and uncles, and all family members, we all came together. Now get this, in my grandma Cotner's house, my mom's mom, this house was so small, and we grew up in the suburbs of St. Louis, but this house was so small, the living room had to be no bigger than maybe a 10-foot by 14 foot. The kitchen was probably the same size. The bathroom and 2 little bedrooms off the same size. That's where 25, 26 people met for Christmas every year. And as a small child, you really don't care about the size of the room. You really don't care. And so this is kind of what happened. During the time that we met for Christmas, our relatives would come in the door just coming out of work, and they're all hot and sweaty, but nobody cared. The kitchen was just going full of food. My grandma Cotner made so much food, it just overtook the house. And then you had the size of the house. Nobody cared. So as kids and as adults, we would gather all the chairs up in one room. And there it might have been 5 degrees outside, but inside it was so hot. And everybody was in there. But again, nobody cared. And I'll tell you the reason why nobody cared. And that's because when family got together, we made the best of every opportunity, regardless of the setting. We didn't get caught up in how many presents we had. We didn't get caught up in the size of the house. We didn't get caught up in, hey, there's not enough room. The one thing that we did get caught up in, and that is family coming together. And again, we would joke afterwards, well, Uncle such and such would come off from work and, man, did you smell him? I mean, he was hot, he was working hard, my dad was, and they'd come in late. And then the room, because it was so small, it was so loud, but nobody cared, because what counted more than anything else is gathering in this little bitty house in this little suburb of St. Louis where we came together as family. And I got to tell you, more than anything else, my grandma Cotner was the patriarch of the family. And when she said that we're coming together as family, everybody came together. You did not miss a moment, because Grandma Cotner wanted to make sure that family was important. And we all miss her these days. And so every time we do get together, which is seemingly not very often because everybody has gone off in their own direction, we always reflect on what it meant to have patriarch Grandma Cotner holding things together. So if I had to give an advice to anybody, listen, we all need to step up. We need to be the patriarch to keep the family together in a joyful time of the season, no matter how big or how small the house is, no matter how expensive or how cheap the presents are. It's not about that. I remember family coming together. That means more to me. And I learned so much of that, and that means more to me now than it ever has been. To me, Christmas, that is my favorite, fondest memories growing up in a little bitty house in the suburb of St. Louis with Grandma Cotner being the patriarch. So I hope that somebody will take the mantle and be the patriarch in your family, just as we're trying to do in ours. Merry Christmas.